What's going on, everybody? We are live. My name is David Hanson, and welcome to David Hanson's MMA show. We are here for UFC 259, Adesanya versus Blachowicz, and we are here, and we are going to have a great time, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5 fights on this main card. We've already had a lot of fights happen. We've already had 10 fights happen, to be exact. And we are going to get into it here shortly. Right now, the pay-per-view has just started. The introductions are starting, and we are going to be getting to the fights here shortly. So, some housekeeping notes. If you wish, you want to go ahead and give this video a like, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Like I said, we have 5 fights on this card. I'm going to be doing play-by-play commentary. We have a live chat here for you guys to interact with me. And if anybody wants to come in to the stream, hang out, I can bring you guys in here. We can chat in between fights. After the fights, I'll be doing a breakdown, a more in-depth breakdown of the card, and then we will see if history will be made tonight. All right. So like I said, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We will have much more content to come in the near future. And like I said, we had a 15-fight card. Currently, we've already had 10 fights in the books, and we have 5 fights left, ladies and gentlemen. We have 3 title fights, and we have 2 very important fights in both the light heavyweight division and the lightweight division. And we are going to get to it here shortly. So we had a bunch of finishes in the early preliminary card. We had, let's see, we had a 5 out of 6 fights on the early preliminary card were finishes. And so we will get into that a little bit later. The preliminary card just got over. We had 4 fights on the preliminary card. A little bit more decisions on this one. We had 3 decisions and 1 knockout. And so let's see if this 5-fight main card will deliver. It looks like in the back, getting ready to make their walk, we have the number 2 ranked, Thiago Santos. Looks like he is warming up, getting ready to make his walk. Right now, he's tied for second most knockouts by kick in UFC history with 4. And then in the other corner, we have the number 4 ranked Alexander Rakic, 13-2. And right now, he has the record for the most total strikes in a single UFC light heavyweight fight, with 263. And so we will see the fireworks go off here shortly. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing out there? We have a lot of fun to get to. The rules of the octagon. The round winner gets 10 points. The opponent gets 9 or fewer. And the judging is based on effective striking and grappling, aggression, and octagon control in that order. And we are going to be getting to the fights here in just a moment. We have Alexander Rakic making his walk right now. And we are going to get into it, guys. Like I said, give the video a thumbs up. We are going to get into it here shortly. All right, we have Alexander Rakic. He is in the inspection zone. He has finished 10 out of 13 wins with 9 knockouts. One of 8 spinning back fist knockouts in UFC history. 4th highest striking accuracy among active UFC light heavyweights at 54.9%. All right, guys, we are about to get into it. Thiago Santos is about to make his walk. All right, Thiago Santos, wrapped in the Brazilian flag, is making his walk. Number 2 ranked Thiago Santos, born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And he is one of the most decorated knockout artists in UFC light heavyweight history. He made a run at middleweight years ago, and he decided to stop with the weight cut and really devote himself and not kill himself on the scale to make it worth his while. And he is, now that he is filled back out after the weight cut, giving a hug to his wife, UFC fighter Yana Kunitskaya. And ladies and gentlemen, fireworks are about to go off. Thiago Santos being a heavy, heavy power puncher, and Alexander Rakic being just a very, very well-rounded fighter. All right. How's everybody doing? We're about to get into it. Thiago Santos is in the inspection zone. All right. Here we go. The tale of the tape is coming to you shortly. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Thiago Santos tied for the 3rd most knockouts in UFC light heavyweight history. And we are about to get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Thiago Santos is 37 years old, 29 for Alexander Rakic. 2 inches reach advantage or height advantage for Rakic, and they weigh the same, and a 2-inch reach advantage for Rakic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we are about to get going, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 3-round fight in the light heavyweight division. All right. Freestyle fighter, 13 wins, 2 losses, 6'4", weighing in at 206 pounds, fighting out of Vienna, Austria. The number 4 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Alexander Rakic. All right, fighting out of the red corner, a striker. Thiago Santos, ladies and gentlemen, has a mean look on his face. Thiago Santos coming off of a loss to Glover Teixeira. And before that, he went 5 hard rounds with John Jones, where he had blown out his knee in the second round and continued. And a lot of people think, me included, think Thiago Santos won. The look on John Jones's face when he heard that it was a split decision was mind-blowing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for UFC 259, and we are ready for round 1. They meet in the center of the octagon, and they touch gloves. Both fighters measuring each other. Rakic is pressing Santos up against the cage. Rakic got to be very careful. Leg kick for Santos, and it misses. Double jab for Santos. Leg kick for Santos, and it connects. Leg kick for Rakic, and it misses. All right, they're pawing at each other in the center of the octagon. Thiago Santos rushes in with a double left jab and misses, and they connect. Rakic with a nice front teep kick to the stomach. And ladies and gentlemen, these two heavy hitters, when they connect, it does not look like it feels good. Very patient both of these fighters are being. A lot of feinting from Rakic. Nice leg kick for Rakic. Nice leg kick for Santos following back. Ooh, body kick for Santos, and he trips, and Rakic follows up with a nice jab. Very nice feints coming from Santos, but Santos is being backed up against the cage. Nice body kick, followed by an immediate leg kick for Rakic. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the very first round. And this is a very important fight in the head kick just barely blocked by Santos coming from Rakic. It was a very nice right leg kick. These gentlemen being very patient. Like I was saying, this is a very important fight in the light heavyweight division. This could very well determine the number 1 contender for the winner of the main event tonight for the light heavyweight championship. Santos circling outside, circling away from Rakic. Nice front kick up the middle for Rakic, blocked by Santos. Nice body kick for Santos. And heavy left hook for Santos. Nice leg kick for Rakic. And Rakic is doing a very good job with these leg kicks. As soon as Santos throws a kick, Rakic fires right back with a kick. Nice leg kick for Santos. That one was a little bit more lazy of a kick. Rakic was a little bit more noted to that kick. And later this month, ladies and gentlemen, we have a banger. March 27th. Just to remind, we have UFC 260. This is 2 pay-per-views in a month, very rare occurrence. But we have UFC 260, Miocic versus Ngannou 2 for the heavyweight championship of the world. And also Alexander Volkanovski will be putting his featherweight belt on the line against Brian Ortega. And that was a very nice miss by Thiago Santos. He ducked out of the way of a very, very heavy kick coming from Rakic. Very nice leg kick from Rakic, followed up by a body kick from Santos. 1 minute left in the first round, and these gentlemen being very patient. They're pawing at each other, a lot of feints, Body shot, body hook from Santos missing. Stiff jab for Rakic connecting, on the chin of Santos. Nice body kick for Santos. And Rakic being very patient, holding his hands up very high. He does not want to get hit by the power puncher of Thiago Santos. But Thiago Santos is not fighting. He does not fight very good going backwards. And so he needs to close the distance. He needs to be able to get his hands on Rakic to be able to really work in his game and set up his power punches up against the fence. Nice kick for Rakic coming in. A very faint teep kick. Oh, nice stiff left hook for Rakic coming up. And we are at the end of round 1, ladies and gentlemen. Very intense first round for the light heavyweights. Very patient guys. It looks like they were gauging each other, catching the distance, seeing what everybody is gonna throw, see what the range is going to be. And I have a feeling this second round is going to be fireworks. Anybody that's joined so far, how's it going? Give it a like and a subscribe if you wish. We are at the end of round 1 of fight number 1 of 5 fights. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're just joining us, we are at the end of round 1 of the first fight, Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic. And we are about to start round number 2. A touch of the gloves, and they meet in the center of the octagon. Feinting, very, very quick moving for Rakic. He's putting the pressure on Santos immediately, backing him up against the cage. This smaller octagon, stiff jab for Rakic. And the smaller octagon, I don't know if it really plays a perspective of pressing the action, but it definitely looks like these bigger guys don't have much room to move. Like a few steps back and they're already up against the cage. And so it's very interesting, especially when you get heavyweights in there. Ooh, head kick. Just barely blocked for Santos. Rakic with a lot of feints, pressing the center of the octagon, carefully pressing Santos back up against the cage. And Santos does not like being backed up. He looks very uncomfortable being backed up. Rakic doing some, nice stiff leg kick. Rakic taking advantage of the previously injured knees of Santos by taking advantage of those leg kicks. And we'll see if what happens at the end, toward the end of this fight, see if that's going to pay any dividends in. Ooh, nice body shot for Santos. And some feints coming for Santos. Now pressing Rakic up against the back of up against the cage. Oh, that is a very dangerous move. Rakic was feigning a takedown, and Santos went to throw a knee up the middle, and Rakic definitely noticed he definitely smiled because he noticed that they both noticed that would have been a bad shot. Ooh, stiff jab for Santos, followed by a leg kick for Rakic. It's amazing how every time Santos throws a shot, that Rakic is able to counter with a leg kick, and they meet against the cage and they engage in the clinch, and Rakic has Santos pressed up against the cage, and they are engaging in some clinch work. Rakic with some knees. Santos being pressed up against the cage, what he needs to do is he needs to get the underhook on the left side, and he needs to rotate himself out to break this clinch up against the cage and rotate the position. Some foot stomps and some knees to the thighs being worked in for this clinch position. 2 minutes left in the second round. And these guys need to be very careful that they're not going for a groin shot, because a lot of times you see groin shots that end up being hit from this position. And we have some body shots, heavy body shots for Rakic. Some heavy knees coming back from Santos to the body. Ooh, and they break the clinch, and Santos gets Rakic with a nice, clean left hook. And Rakic realizes, it looks like he respects the power of Santos now. Rakic just slightly ahead in the head strikes. Santos taking the body strikes, while Rakic in the leg strikes takes the advantage. Nice leg kicks exchanging from the two light heavyweights. 1 more minute to go in the second round. And a very slow-moving round for the light heavyweights. These guys are very respectful of each other's power. One of these guys, they really need to just start pressing the action. They need to take risk. You know, with risk, high risk comes reward. In most cases with these fights, one of these guys, they need to decide who wants to win this fight, and they need to press. This fight is definitely a lot slower moving than I originally anticipated. 18 seconds left in round number 2. Oh, stiff counter left jab for Rakic. And it definitely put Santos on the back foot. The 10-second clapper just went off. Nice flying knee for Rakic. Ooh, and a right hook to break the clinch. The flying knee hit Santos, and they had engaged in a clinch position right up against this bench. This small octagon really, for these big boys, it really does a difference with the movement. I'm curious to see what is going to happen in the main event once Jan Blachowicz and Isreal Adesanya gets in there. But we'll see. We still have 1 more round to go, and these guys are really firework enthused gentlemen, and they are normally very dangerous, very knockout enthused, basically, is what I'm trying to say. All right. Round number 3 coming up. Third and final round, and they meet in the octagon. And it looks like the pressure is being taken up a notch by Santos. Santos pressing the action now. I would have to say these guys probably have 1 round apiece. They need to go for broke right now. And these guys are they're pressing the action now. Body kicks are being, and these guys are, oh, Santos goes in for the takedown, but Rakic gets underhooks and able to reverse the position and put him back up against the fence. Very good takedown. Shoulder strikes from Rakic. Very Conor McGregor-esque. And these guys need to be very careful against when they break the clinch. All right, the clinch is broken, and a heavy body kick for Santos lands right on the ribs of Rakic. Nice leg kick for Santos. Three minutes and 50 seconds left in this third and final round for these light heavyweights. And we have to see who's going to take charge of this. Ooh, very nice body kick for Rakic, and that one looked like it hurt. That one hurt Rakic, definitely. He dropped his elbow down for sure, and that is a different read on Rakic now. He's got his right elbow tucked in, and he does not want another one of those kicks for the body. Nice double jab feint for Rakic. And Santos very much notices and moves away. 3 minutes left in this third round for these two top 5 light heavyweights to determine potential #1 contender. It's a very kick-heavy fight. A lot of feints. Ooh. Nice hook barely missing for Santos. These guys are just barely out of range. And Santos pressing the action now. Looks like he's starting to take charge and gauge his distance. Rakic being very, very patient. He definitely, you can tell he is very respectful of Santos's power, and he is being very patient and very careful. He does not want to get hit cleanly by this guy because it could put his lights out. But Santos kind of doing very much more of the same, but he is definitely trying to close the distance more. And Rakic goes in for a takedown and pressing Santos up against the fence, going in for a single leg. He's got the leg, and he's trying to drag him down. Oh, and he's transitioned to the back. Santos scrambling out of the position. Now he's back on the leg. And he's got him pressed up against the fence. Some foot stomps for Rakic. Ooh, some heavy knee to the body coming from Santos. And they are hand fighting here in the clinch, pressed up against the fence. A nice knee by Santos. And you can hear the Rakic corner wanting him to stay heavy in this position and drag Santos and hang on Santos really, and just kind of really wear him down. Nice shoulder strike for Santos. And we have 45 seconds left in the first round as these fighters look to break the clinch, and a nice 1-2 for Rakic. And they meet back into the center of the octagon where Santos hits a nice body kick. Nice leg kick for Rakic. And nice leg kick for Santos. And it's very weird the way these guys have fought for the last 3 rounds. Them being, it being the start to a pay-per-view headlined with a title fight in their division. And these guys, for the most part, just kind of danced around for 3 rounds. And let's see what happens. So Santos and Rakic go the distance, and we are looking at the replays. Looks like a very significant low leg kick for Rakic. Nice high kick for Santos. Ooh, looked like maybe he got poked in the eye on that one. And it looks like we are going to have to go to the judges on this one. All right. We are about to get the official decision. Bruce Buffer entering the octagon with a very nice looking green suit on. I am impressed. All right, here we go. Official decision time. Let's see what happens and see if they flip-flop positions. All right, we go to the judges' scorecard. 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. Alexander Rakic. All right. A 30-27. I don't know if necessarily I would. Oh my goodness. Rakic just got his brown belt. I don't know why. I don't know why he got his brown belt. It didn't really hit the ground. There was clinch positions, and his coach just threw Rakic on the ground. All right. So win for Alexander Rakic, a decision win. But I don't agree personally with the 30-27. I'd say 29-28. I definitely think that that Santos had won round 2, but that's why I'm not a judge. I just get to sit here and be a fan and share my reactions and my knowledge with you guys. All right. Alexander Rakic walking back, fist bumps to Dana White. And it looks like he is talking to UFC President Dana White. And we will see what happens next for Rakic. It looks like they will most likely, I'm not sure, we'll have to wait until the rankings come out on Tuesday, but it looks like Rakic will most likely flop positions with Santos and go to that number 2 position. But we will see come Tuesday. All right, we had Rakic joining Joe Rogan. Rakic saying he's working very hard during this fight camp, and the brown belt means a lot to him. And he's been working a lot with his brother in the last couple months. And he apologized for not showing it here. Looks like Rakic was very aware of his power and his counter power. And so he was he basically admitting that he didn't admit it playing it safe, but he was admitting he wanted to be very careful, stay on the outside, kick the legs, kick the body, and see if he could get a takedown, submit him, but he wasn't able to get it. And he knew, like I had said earlier, Rakic knowing about the damage on on Thiago Santos's legs, and he was aiming for that because he knew that the previous injury was kind of fresh. And he wants the belt. That's what he wants. He said he wants the belt. And so we will see. We'll see what happens in the near future for Alexander Rakic. All right. We are coming up on a very big fight in the lightweight division. Islam Makhachev is taking on Drew Dober. number 14th rank Islam Makhachev is taking on Drew Dober. And this is a very important fight in the lightweight division because current champion Khabib it has been saying for a long time that his cousin, his teammate Islam Makhachev will be the next champion. And so we will see when he takes on very dangerous Drew Dober. And we have Islam Makhachev, teammates with current champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. And Drew Dober tied for the second highest knockdown rate among active UFC lightweights. And Drew Dober being a very, very heavy-handed power puncher. And it should be fireworks. And we will see if Islam Makhachev can take advantage of his wrestling background, being teammates with current UFC lightweight champion Khabib, with his very dominant wrestling background. But Islam Makhachev has been noted by multiple of his coaches, multiple of his teammates, that he is very much like Khabib, but he has better boxing. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens against a very well-rounded mixed martial artist like Drew Dober. Islam Makhachev being 18-1, and Drew Dober being 23-9 with 1 no contest. A lot more experience coming in the corner of Drew Dober. But with Islam Makhachev, him being cousin and teammate to Khabib Nurmagomedov, he has a lot of grappling experience. Islam Makhachev is currently on a 6-fight win streak. His last win was a decision win over Davi Ramos. And his win before that was Arman Tsurikin. And then the win before that was a armbar submission back in 2018 against Kaijin Johnson. And this is going to be a very interesting fight. We will see if Islam Makhachev is at the top of the UFC lightweight division and see if he can hang with the elite of the elite. And Drew Dober being on a 3-fight win streak with a TKO win over Alexander Hernandez back in May, and then another round 1 knockout over Nasrat Haqparast back at UFC 246 in January 18th of at the beginning of this year. And then he has another TKO win over Marco Polo Reyes back in June of 2019 on UFC Ngannou versus Dos Santos. And we are about to get into it. Drew Dober's 23-9. He's got 10 wins by knockout, 6 by submission, 7 by decision. He's got 1 loss by knockout, 3 by submission, and 5 by decision. Islam Makhachev's best bet would probably be to get him on the ground. I don't see Makhachev knocking out Drew Dober, him being very, very tough, very durable. But anything is possible. Islam Makhachev having 18 wins with 1 loss, 3 by knockout, 7 by submission, and 8 by decision. And so we will see. We're going to have to see how long this fight lasts. Next week, we have a stacked card headlined by Leon Edwards and Bilal Muhammad. Number 3 ranked Leon Edwards taking on number 13 ranked Bilal Muhammad. And it looks like we have a 6-fight main card starting at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN Plus next Saturday night. And we are about to have Drew Dober making his walk to the octagon. How's it going, everybody that has joined? You want to go ahead and like the stream? Give it a subscribe. There will be more content to come. All right. Drew Dober about to make his walk to the octagon. And we will see if he is going to take out the hype train of Islam Makhachev. Looks like Islam Makhachev's goal is to finish Drew Dober and put himself in the top of the elite division in the UFC lightweight division. All right. All right. Looks like Drew Dober's making his walk to the octagon as we speak. Drew Dober making statements this week in the press conference saying that before his last 3 fights, he was very pressured to really win and make dominant performances, and then he started losing. And so he went out there with a new mindset of just to have fun, just to go out there, let the fight come to him, and see what happens. And ever since that, he's on a 3-fight win streak, and he is making his way into the inspection zone right now. Drew Dober in the inspection zone, getting the Vaseline applied. He is on a 3-fight win streak. Like I said, he is the second shortest average fight time among UFC active lightweights with 6 minutes and 54 seconds. And he has finished 16 of 23 wins with 11 knockouts and 5 submissions. And we're going to get to the tail of the tape. Islam Makhachev is 18-1. Drew Dober 23-9 with 1 no contest. Islam Makhachev coming in from Russia While Drew Dober is coming in from the United States, Islam Makhachev has a 2-inch height advantage. Them both coming in on weight. A half-inch reach advantage lies with the Russian. And it looks like with the leg reach we have here, it looks like we have a 4.5 reach advantage for Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev making his way to the inspection zone. His coach, cousin, longtime teammate Habib, the current UFC lightweight champion Habib Nurmagomedov is in his corner. All right. Islam Makhachev making his way into the octagon. He is tied for the second longest active win streak among UFC lightweights with 6. He has the highest takedown accuracy in the UFC lightweight history with 68%. And he has 3 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. And like I said, him being the teammate, longtime friend to UFC lightweight champion Habib Nurmagomedov. And Makhachev made his way into the octagon, and these guys look like they're ready to go. And Drew Dober looks huge now that he is rehydrated. Oh my goodness, he is looking jacked. Both of them weighed in at 156 pounds. Like I said, a 2-inch height advantage and only a half-inch reach advantage for Makhachev. And we will see what happens. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. All right. Freestyle fighter. He is the plus 340 underdog. 5'8" with a weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado. Drew Dober. All right. Fighting out of the red corner. A combat sambo fighter. 18 wins with 1 loss. He is a minus 455 favorite. He is 5'10", weighing at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Russia. He is the combat sambo world and European champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over for Islam Makhachev. This is going to be exciting. All right, Drew Dober, like I said, looks huge now that he's rehydrated. And they touch gloves in the center of the octagon, and they are ready to go. These guys, I have a feeling, are going to move a lot faster. Makhachev pressing Dober. Oh, Drew Dober pressing back to the center of the octagon. Nice leg kick by Makhachev. Nice leg kick for Dober. Dober, very nice, looking for feints. Nice uppercut, followed by a right hook for Makhachev. Ooh, nice heavy leg kick for Drew Dober. Nice stiff jab coming from both fighters. this is going to be a very big fight for Makhachev if he can pull this off and win. All right, coming in takedown for Makhachev, and he's got a single leg with a trip. And now Makhachev is on top in the half guard. He dropped right into half guard, and now it looks like Drew Dober has nope, he is back in that. He has very good takedown defense, but nope, he is on the ground. And now Islam Makhachev has him in half guard. And it looks like he is trying to work out so he can potentially move to mount. He's pressing Drew Dober. He's got very nice shoulder pressure up against the neck of Drew Dober. He releases. Looks like he's trying to move over to side control to maybe look for a head and arm triangle. But he looks like he's on the wrong side. Looks like maybe he's going in for a Kimura. Drew Dober holding Makhachev's leg in there so Makhachev cannot get out to get side control. But Makhachev being a very, very experienced grappler, a world champion grappler at a very elite level. And he is pressing Drew Dober, and Drew Dober just needs to be careful. And he's got the hands locked behind the head. I don't know what he's quite trying to do. He's in half guard, but it looks like he's trying to get a triangle on the opposite side that you should be getting a triangle on from this position. And it looks like Islam moved to mount. This is not good for Drew Dober. Islam Makhachev is going to look to wrap his legs underneath and get a body lock onto Drew Dober. And ooh, nice scramble for Drew Dober to get Islam Makhachev back into half guard. But he's still being very heavy pressure. And he has Drew Dober pressed flat up against the thing, and it looks like he moves straight to side control. And this is not a good position for Drew Dober to be in. Makhachev trying to pass over to mount, but he just cannot get it. Drew Dober doing very good with the defense to be able to prevent Makhachev from moving into mount. Oh, Makhachev quickly moves him out. Oh, my goodness, and he scrambles to the back. Drew Dober is scrambling out, and it looks like was up for a second. Oh, and he scrambles out and ends up back on his back with Makhachev right back into side control. That was a great scramble. And it looks like Joe Rogan almost said crucifixed right there. Because Makhachev was looking in for a mount position, and now Makhachev quickly at his back, and now he's got an armbar on Drew Dober, and this is deep. This is in trouble. He is in trouble. But what he needs to do is he needs to clear the leg. All right, and looks like that he's moved over, and Drew Dober's looking for a slam. He needs to just hold on for 7 more seconds. The clapper is, and he's out of the armbar. Very good defense by Drew Dober. What a crazy round. That was very serious grappling exchanges right there. Wow. What a great round 1. Oh, man, this is the action I'm needing. Big deep breaths coming from Makhachev in his corner. We're coming up to round 2. Everybody that has joined, go ahead and give the video a like and hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We are only 2 fights in. We still have 3 titles in fight, and the replay for that armbar transition was just so smooth. The way Makhachev was able to just scramble over and hop over was nuts. All right. They meet back into the center octagon for the start of round 2. Drew Dober pressing Makhachev back up against the octagon. A 1-2 for Dober, and a swing and a hook and a miss, and now they meet back into the center of the octagon. Ooh, nice flying knee for Makhachev, and Makhachev goes right back on the single leg takedown. Nice takedown defense for Drew Dober, but Makhachev was able to work Dober back up against the fence, and a very, very nice trip for Makhachev, and ends up right into the guard of Drew Dober. That was a beautiful trip. My goodness. These guys from Dagestan, Russia are insane. They are insane grapplers. And Makhachev has Drew Dober just in a mess of trouble right here. Has him mounted in all sorts of weird ways. Ooh, nice elbow from Makhachev. Got Drew Dober on his back. And Makhachev has Drew Dober laid down right down near his corner. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in round number 2. Anybody that has joined me, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome to my stream. We are here for UFC 259, and we are having a lot of fun. We are in the second fight of 5. Islam Makhachev, number 14 ranked lightweight, against Drew Dober. And Makhachev is putting on a grappling clinic against Drew Dober. Very competitive round 1. And Makhachev just with very, very heavy pressure against having Drew Dober up against the cage, but with a warning on the ref for needs activity. And Drew Dober needs to get his legs out of that little leg lock that Makhachev has him in. The Dagestani Russians, especially Habib and a lot of the people that train over AKA and out in Dagestan at Eagles MMA with Habib is they are very, very good about locking the legs and pressing and locking the legs and just making it so their opponents can't move. And Islam with Drew Dober still on his back. 2 minutes left in the round number 2. And Islam Makhachev really working on the ground, trying to just grind on Drew Dober, covering his mouth, and Drew Dober just trying to find the position to scramble up. But Makhachev just being a very, very heavy just laying that heavy, heavy pressure on Drew Dober. And this is very, very Habib-esque, just very grinding pressure. And Drew Dober doing a good job of posting up, but Makhachev just drags him right back down to his back. Makhachev being a great grappler and able just to is just keeping control of Drew Dober right here in this situation on the ground. 1 minute left in the second round, and we have a so far dominant performance by Islam Makhachev. We got 50 seconds left in round number 2, and a warning for Islam Makhachev to keep the fingers out of the eyes of Drew Dober. And Drew Dober with a scramble attempt, but Makhachev just very heavy on the pressure. Makhachev with 2 minutes and 51 seconds of round 2 control time so far. And that's just in round 2. He had a lot of control time in round one, and 3 heavy elbows coming from Makhachev. Just pounding Dober's face right into the canvas. Nice right hand for Makhachev. The 10-second clapper. And we've got 3 seconds. All right. And it looks like we are two up for Makhachev. And we're going to need a finish for Drew Dober in this third round to take the win. This is a very dominant performance for Makhachev. And, you know, the way he was able to get these takedowns in the second round was a thing of beauty. Like, he went in immediately on the single leg, and he raised the single leg up underneath his, kind of almost like like holding a football position. And then he just took his leg and wrapped it around his other leg with just a beautiful trip. I don't understand. This is what an amazing trip that these guys have for the Combat Sambo World Champion. And we are ready for round number 3. And here we go. A touch of the gloves, and we are in round number 3. Drew Dober needs to go for broke here, and he needs to pick up the pace, and he needs to put it on Makhachev, or he's going to lose. And now Drew Dober needs to just go for broke, throw shade to the wind, but now they're in a clinch position out in the open again, and Makhachev is looking for a trip, and he gets it with a nice slam to the canvas. And that was way too easy for Makhachev. And now Makhachev is just smashing Drew Dober up against the canvas. How is it going for anybody that's joined so far? We are here for UFC 259. How's everybody doing? Oh, man, heavy shots coming in for Makhachev. And it looks like Dober going for a Kimura right now. This is going to be his last ditch effort, is to get this Kimura, but it's not going to work. His arms are too blown out, and he's getting a warning to stay off the spine of Drew Dober. Apparently, you can't hit directly on the spine. Oh, Makhachev putting heavy pressure in, and he's gonna make him tap. And Drew Dober is tapping with a shoulder choke. He just submitted Drew Dober with his shoulder choke. My goodness, that is nuts. It looked like he had a head and arm choke on the opposite side, and just heavy shoulder pressure right into the throat of Dober. That is nuts. That's one of the craziest submissions I've seen. I have not seen submissions like that. And Khabib, very, very happy for his brother, cousin, teammate, longtime friend, Islam Makhachev. And what a beautiful, dominant performance by Makhachev. And his cousin or his brother, I really don't know if they're related or if they're just friends, but his longtime teammate Khabib, the current UFC lightweight champion, says that Islam Makhachev is one of the top lightweights in the world, and I believe it now. That was a very dominant performance. I don't know. I don't know who. We will have to see who he gets paired up with next to see if once he gets him to the top of the division or the top echelon of the top 5, and see if he can hang with these more well-rounded fighters. Now, Drew Dober's tough, but Drew Dober's tough, but that was a very dominant performance by Islam Makhachev. 1 minute and 30 seconds of round number 3. And it looks like they classified that as an arm triangle. All right. We are heading into the championship fights. We are about to get right into it. We've got 3 championship fights left on the card, and it is going to get crazy. First championship fight on the card being the Bantamweight Championship. Petr Yan defending his championship against Aljamain Sterling, the clear #1 contender in the Bantamweight division. And then following that title fight will be the current GOAT of MMA, the #1 for pound women fighter in the world, and probably the greatest women's fighter of all time. Amanda Nunes is going to be putting one of her 2 titles on the line, the Featherweight Championship, against probably the truest featherweight she's ever faced, Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson being 6 foot tall, great reach, has true knockout power for the featherweight division, and we will have to see what happens in that fight. All right, Islam Makhachev is with the great Joe Rogan, and let's see what he has to say. Joe Rogan asking him, how great does this victory feel from all the time off that he has taken because of the passing of his head coach and the coronavirus? Very dominant performance by Makhachev over Drew Dober. Joe Rogan stating that it moves Makhachev into a very interesting place in the lightweight division. Makhachev begging for a top guy. He says, please, please, I'm on a 7-fight win streak. Please, please give me a top guy. And we will have to see what happens. And this was a very great performance by Islam Makhachev, and we will have to see what's next for him in the division. Makhachev said that his plan was to grind him out, make him tired, and make him tap, smash him, and that's exactly what he did. He said he knew that Drew Dober had amazing punching power, but he said that he did not want to test it. And we're about to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get to the first of 3 title fights. And it is about to get crazy. And let's see what happens. All right, #1 contender Aljamain Sterling coming up against Petr Yan here shortly. And we are about to get into the 3 title fights. I'm going to take a short break. I need to take a short bathroom break. I will be back in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. And we are about to get started with the first of 3 championship fights. We have the challenger, the number 1 contender, Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling, making his walk to the octagon. His 15th UFC appearance. All right, Aljamain Sterling looks ready to go. This is going to be a crazy fight, with him coming off of a phenomenal first round submission win over Corey Sandhagen, cementing himself as the true number 1 contender of the division. But he has to meet the champion, Petr Yan. Now, Petr Yan, he is the current Bantamweight champion. He won the vacant Bantamweight championship with a win, a pretty dominant win once the fight got started in the 3rd round. It was a pretty dominant win once he took over against Jose Aldo to win the vacant Bantamweight belt. And right now he is the longest active win streak in the Bantamweight division with 5. He has the 4th most wins in Bantamweight history with 10. All right, Aljamain Sterling making his way into the octagon. Sterling closing as a +110 underdog, while Petr Yan closes as a -130 favorite. It's essentially a pick'em fight. Aljamain Sterling making his run around the octagon, cartwheeling his way right into a commission member. And we are awaiting the walk of the Bantamweight champion, Petr No Mercy Yan. And we are about to see if a new Bantamweight champion is going to be crowned. And Petr Yan making his way to the octagon now. Petr Yan winning the vacant Bantamweight title from with a win over Jose Aldo back in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island. And before that, he had a pretty dominant win over Uriah Faber. Making his walk to the octagon, the undisputed UFC Bantamweight champion. Petr Yan looks ready to go. Making his run to the octagon, right into the inspection zone. Yan being a very, very good boxer. He smashes people. And we're going to see if he can smash the Funkmaster. Yan's got very intelligent pressure. He's able to pressure his people up against the octagon and just pressure, and wear them out until people break. Very strong guy, very nice knockouts. He's a mean fighter once he gets into the octagon. Right now, he's on a 10-fight win streak, and he is a master of sport in boxing. And he is the current reigning, defending UFC Bantamweight champion. And we are about to see if he can put his first defense in the books. Petr Yan doing very well at learning English since his last time in the media space. Aljamain Sterling and him had very, very intense stare down. And we are here to the tail of the tape. Aljamain Sterling is 3 years older with a half-inch disadvantage in height. Aljamain Sterling, though, also has a 4-inch reach advantage. Aljamain Sterling coming in a half a pound under the Bantamweight Championship limit. And this championship fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed Bantamweight Championship of the world. And these fighters look ready to go. And we have 3 judges at the side, Derek Clearly, Saul D'Amato, and Ron McCarthy. And we have the great Mark Smith as the referee. Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins with 3 losses, 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 134 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Uniondale, New York, presenting the #1 ranked bantamweight contender in the world, Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling. And this is going to be a very, very interesting first round, ladies and gentlemen. Aljamain Sterling is a monster when it comes to the grappling department. All right, Petr Yan, 15 wins, 1 loss, 5 foot 7 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds, coming in right at the bantamweight limit. Presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Petr No Mercy Yan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, we are about to get started in the first of 3 title fights of this stacked UFC 259 cards. A touch of the gloves in the middle, and we are ready for the first championship fight. Here we go. All right. The octagon doors are closing, and we are about to get ready. Yan looks ready. Aljamain looks ready, and we are about to see who's the undisputed bantamweight champion, and Aljamain with amazing pressure to start off the round. Nice body kick for Aljamain. And Petr Yan being very, very patient. Very patient. How's it going, everybody that's joined so far? We are in round 1 of the first championship fight. Constant pressure for Aljo. Nice leg kicks coming in for Aljo. And Aljo just swarming Petr Yan with pressure. And Aljamain Sterling has been referenced and known as kind of being like the John Jones of the bantamweight division. He's very awkward, herky-jerky in his style. Ooh, very nice swing and a miss for Petr Yan. And a nice body kick for Aljamain Sterling. And as Aljamain Sterling presses Petr Yan back toward the cage. And Petr Yan presses forward with a nice 1-2, barely connects. A 1-2 for Aljo, and then followed up by a nice kick up the middle. Oh, and a nice knee up the middle for Aljamain Sterling that connected right on the chin of Yan. And he has Petr Yan backing up with it, and he has a heavy leg kick. He is just swarming Yan. He's got Yan backed up against the fence right now, and Yan was able to slip away. Nice body kick for Yan. And Yan needs to get into this fight because Aljamain is just swarming him with shots right now. He is just putting the pace on Yan. Oh, and Yan grabs the leg from a kick, and he does a trip, and he was able to trip Aljamain and put him onto the floor. But Yan does not want to get on the floor with Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling is nasty on the ground. And Aljamain Sterling is able to get back up to his feet. And Aljo is closing the distance, backing Yan right back up against the fence. Nice flying knee. That flying knee is going to be the key to this fight. And now Yan was able to scramble and push him up against the fence, and now they break and meet back into the center of the octagon. Nice 1-2 for Aljo. Nice left hook coming through the guard of Aljo. And Aljo is just pressuring him, and now he's getting in for the takedown. Oh, and Aljo got a double leg takedown, and he's got Yan on his back. This is not a good position for Yan to be in. This championship fight is going in not a good position. And he's got nice hammer fist for Yan. And now Yan was able to make his way back up, and Yan has transitioned to the back of Aljamain Sterling. And Aljamain Sterling needs to get an underhook, and he needs to go underneath and swivel out and scramble out. And Petr Yan has Aljamain pressed up against the fence right now. He's kind of got his back. But now Petr Yan, and he had a nice right hook. Ooh, and Petr Yan hit Aljamain Sterling with a nice jab and right hook, and it dropped Aljamain Sterling for a moment. And Aljamain Sterling got back up, and he's wobbly legs, but he throws a spinning elbow. But that was a nice 1-2 right down the pipe for Petr Yan. How's it going, everybody that has joined so far? How is everybody going? And he just dropped Aljamain with a low kick. And now Aljamain is on his back. And now he's back up to his feet. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this very first round. Nice body shots for Aljamain Sterling. And now they're in the clinch position. Aljamain going for a trip. Ooh, Aljamain with a very nice trip. And he's looking for a leg lock right now on Petr Yan. And he has Petr Yan trapped in a inverted triangle, it looks like. Oh, now Petr Yan is out. Petr Yan is stand back up. And Aljamain is back up to his feet. 50 seconds left in this first round. And very nice body kick for Petr Yan. And this fight is crazy. It looks like it was like a hair grab by Petr Yan. But Petr Yan has the back of Aljamain Sterling right now, and they're in the center of the octagon, and a very nice pickup and a slam from Petr Yan, and Yan just took Aljamain Sterling's back, and he is riding Aljamain like a backpack. But Aljamain Sterling needs to be very careful. This is a great fight so far, ladies and gentlemen. Petr Yan is right now sitting on his butt. Aljamain Sterling it looks like it's on a high crotch position, and now Yan slips out of the position. And we are at the end of round number 1. And what a exciting round number 1 we had. Holy smokes. How's it going, everybody? Everybody that's joined, make sure to give the video a like and hit that subscribe button. We will have more content to come here in the near future for UFC events and all news regarding UFC. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody enjoying the fights? We've had some exciting fights tonight. And man, they just showed the replay where Petr Yan hit Aljamain Sterling with a nice right hand, and it dazed Aljamain Sterling big time. All right. Round number 2 coming up. All right, and they meet in the middle for round number 2. No touch of the gloves for round number 2. Nice body kick for Sterling. And a nice 1-2 for Sterling. Then they clinch for a moment, and then they break the clinch. But Aljamain Sterling, he needs to try to work on getting this fight to the ground and getting on Yan's back. A nice 1-2 followed up by a nice kick for Aljamain Sterling. And Petr Yan keeping his hands up. And he just kicked the legs right out for underneath Aljamain Sterling. It looked like Aljamain was going for a knee, and he kicked the legs out from under him and made him hit the ground. And now Sterling's on his back on the ground, and Yan is pressuring him Looks like the referee's about to stand them up. Ooh, nice heavy leg kick while Aljamain's on his back. Aljamain's looking for a nice to stand up, but he doesn't want to get swarmed by Petr Yan. And the referee's giving him a warning, up or down. Aljamain's encouraging Petr Yan, saying, "Come on, bro, come down on the ground." But the referee stops him and stands him up anyway. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going, bro? Oh, man. And Sterling presses Yan up against the fence, and he's going in for a single leg takedown. Oh, and Aljamain slips. He slips and hits the ground. And now they're in kind of like a stalling position. Aljamain's got hooks around the backside of Petr Yan, but Petr Yan has kind of got he's kind of got his hands wrapped around the stomach of Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain's got Petr Yan pressed up against the side of the cage of the octagon, and looks like he's going in trying to get in for a single leg takedown. But Yan's takedown defense is very, very good. But this very constant pressure by Aljamain Sterling is going to put a tremendous wear on Yan's arms. You're going for Yan, huh? Yan's tough. Ooh, nice attempt to takedown. Ooh, very nice attempt to get the back, but Yan was able to slip out, and they meet back into the center of the octagon, and they exchange punches. And the pace is crazy coming from Aljamain Sterling. Can he do this for 5 rounds, though? That's what we need to know. 2 minutes left in the second round. And Aljamain Sterling has Petr Yan pressed up against the fence, and he's looking in for another takedown. Aljamain Sterling's takedowns in the ground game is his bread and butter. That is what he's looking for. Petr Yan, granted, he's an outstanding wrestler, and he's got outstanding takedown defense, but Aljamain Sterling's takedown and grappling abilities is on another level. Petr Yan does not want to go to the ground with Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling working on the very foot stomps, and he's got one leg up in a single leg takedown position, but what he needs to do is he needs to get the other leg, and he needs to trip him. But Yan has tremendous takedown. He's working on one underhook right now, and he has an overhook on the other side. And his weight's distributed in a way that Aljamain would really need to just pull him down. Aljamain needs to do is he could try to maybe pull him down, but because they're in the second round, they're probably real sweaty and real slippery. So the pull might not work. Ooh, very heavy knee to the face by Petr Yan. And a nice kick for Aljamain Sterling to the calf of Petr Yan. And they break the clinch, and Sterling pressuring Yan up against the fence and with a spinning elbow, but misses. Nice teep kick to the stomach. Aljamain Sterling is just not giving Petr Yan any room. Nice elbow for Aljamain Sterling. Spinning elbow for Aljamain Sterling. And now he goes in, and Petr Yan trips Aljamain Sterling, and he's got Aljamain Sterling's back now. 15 seconds left in round number 1. I don't know if Petr Yan is going to have enough time to work. And now Aljamain Sterling is working on getting up to the fence. Heavy right hand for Petr Yan. And they are at the end of round number 2. What an interesting fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. Ray Longo, the legendary Ray Longo in the corner of Aljamain Sterling, telling Aljamain Sterling he's looking phenomenal, and he is. He is looking phenomenal. But he said he needs to pressure him. The more he pressures, the less that Petr Yan does. And Aljamain Sterling, to note, is not sitting down in his corner. He is standing up, and Petr Yan is sitting in the corner. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling are about to start round 3. And round 3 is about to start. 10 minutes down, 15 to go. And they meet in the middle. And a heavy body kick from Aljamain Sterling. Heavy feints coming from Yan. Nice leg kick from Yan. A little bit less pressure coming from Aljamain so far. Maybe he's looking for Yan to come in so he can get in for a takedown. Nice hook for Aljamain Sterling. Ooh, nice 1-2 down the middle for Aljamain Sterling. Ooh, nice body kick for Yan. Ooh, nice left hook for Petr Yan. And Aljamain Sterling is going in for the takedown and a nice knee for Yan. Ooh, Aljamain with a 1-2 followed up by a body kick, but Yan caught the kick at the end of it and pushed him away. Nice body shot for Yan. Jan's being very patient, but swinging in, and Yan he swung and overswung and tripped, and Aljamain was almost able to capitalize on that, but they brief pause in the action due to a groin strike. Aljamain kicked Yan right in the groin. And Petr Yan needs to... Petr Yan is being very patient, and his striking is much more crisp. But Aljamain Sterling what he needs to do is he needs to turn the pressure back on, because he was doing much better in the first 2 rounds when he was pressuring Yan. Yan cannot fight moving backwards very well. But now that Petr Yan is kind of walking Aljamain Sterling down, Aljamain Sterling is not doing as well. He's getting hit a lot more. Ooh, a nice 4, 5, 6 punch combo for Aljamain Sterling, and a nice knee up the middle, but misses. Goes for a takedown, goes for a spinning knee, and there's that kick that Petr Yan ended Uriah Faber with, and Yan is really picking up the pressure. Nice knee, and a very nice trip for Yan. And what a great fight so far by these 2 bantamweights. Ooh, heavy right hand for Petr Yan. Lands right on the chin of Aljamain Sterling. That right hand is finding a mark on the chin of Aljamain Sterling. And now Sterling has Yan pressed up against the fence, looking for a trip. But Petr Yan ooh, that kick almost came close. That kick, he's able to break the clinch, and he kind of presses the head off to one side and then throws a kick. And that kick is nasty. That kick is what ended the Uriah Faber fight. My goodness, Yan right now is at a 92% takedown defense. He's only been taken down one time out of 12. 1 of 12 times. Oh, and Sterling got dropped by a knee. But Sterling is getting tired. Oh, and Yan is taking over. Yan just tripped. Yan just tripped Aljamain Sterling right down to the ground and just shoved him right down to the ground. And now Aljamain Sterling looks like he's taking a rest, but Petr Yan, heavy kick to the thigh. And with this empty Apex arena, the sounds of these kicks and these hits is deafening. It sounds like a shotgun blast. And Aljamain Sterling, the pressure is really starting to slow down. Yan is starting to pick up the pace. And it looks like Aljamain is getting very tired. Oh. And Yan has him pressed down. Oh, it almost kicked the leg out underneath from Aljamain Sterling. And Aljamain Sterling is slowing down now. 42 seconds left in round number 3. And both of these guys are fighting tremendously well. Yan is starting to pick up the pressure a little bit. And Aljamain Sterling it looks like he was preparing to potentially have this done already. And nice, his kicks are starting to look labor intensive, but that one was a heavy kick to the leg of Yan. And Yan is just sticking and just, it looks like he's headhunting. And what a nice transition from Aljamain Sterling. All right, and this fight is going into championship rounds, ladies and gentlemen. What an interesting fight that this is turning out to be. Wow, what a nice trip. Petr Yan is doing an amazing job. Like, Aljamain Sterling was talking all week that Petr Yan, he hasn't faced any top 5 opponents. And Aljamain Sterling putting his stamp on the division to be the true #1 contender. But that third round, Petr Yan kind of dominated Aljamain Sterling. All right, round 4. Championship rounds are starting, and they meet to the center of the octagon. Body kick for Aljamain Sterling and blocked by Yan. Nice teep up the middle to the body. Ooh, head kick just barely blocked by Yan. And a nice takedown for Yan. Yan grabbed the foot of Aljamain Sterling and then tripped his other leg out from underneath him. And Yan just putting that pressure on, just kind of riding the clock, kicking his legs while Sterling is on his back, excuse me. Trying not to get up kicked. Ooh, and a nice knee to the body. Nice uppercut for Aljamain Sterling, and a 1-2 for Yan, backing Aljamain Sterling up against the fence, and now they meet back into the center of the octagon. Nice 4-punch combo for Aljamain. But Petr Yan is able to cover up his head. That guard from Petr Yan is just amazing. Nothing's able to get through there. And what an amazing performance so far by both fighters. And clinch position in the middle of the octagon for these fighters, and now they break and they're exchanging punches in the center of the octagon. Ooh, nice stiff left hand for Petr Yan. And Petr Yan is just doing an amazing job switching stances and using his power shots to just be patient and connect very cleanly. And Aljamain Sterling was able just to kind of walk right into Yan and just kind of clinch up to him, press him up against the fence. Yan taking underhooks. And he was able to transition him back up against the fence. And now they break the clinch. And they're exchanging punches in the middle of the octagon. And what a crazy fight these are. And Yan, it looks like he's just a step ahead of Aljamain Sterling at all times. As soon as Aljamain starts to throw something, it looks like Yan is just ahead of him, just looking to take that next position. He's already ready to take the back upon transition. And the pace for both of these fighters have really tremendously slowed down. Aljamain his arms look heavy. Both of these guys look, nice stiff left hand for Petr Yan. And Aljamain Sterling looking like he's tired. He is trying to get into grappling exchanges right here and trying to wear down Petr Yan. And it's a nice warning from the ref to watch the fingers. Ooh, nice uppercut from Yan. Ooh, nice stiff left hand from Yan. And he's just like, he's just hitting him with one shot, and Aljamain Sterling is getting a reaction. And that was a nice knee to the face of Aljamain Sterling. And Aljamain thinking it was a poke, and he's just consistently just going for the takedown, the takedown, the takedown, one after another. He's just continues to reach in. He's going for the takedown, and Jan's going to come up with a knee. Ooh, 1-2 right up the middle for Sterling, but Sterling just walks right forward. And Sterling must, I mean, for him to be able to take these shots from Yan is amazing. Like, he is in tremendous shape. Oh, and they stop the fight because of an illegal knee. Petr Yan just kneed Aljamain Sterling in the face with an illegal blow. His knee was down on the ground. The referee had warned him, said down, and he kneed him right in the eye. Yep. Yep. So the referee is just stating that he had made a statement that he was a down fighter, and Petr Yan acknowledged that, and he threw the strike anyway. So this is going to be ruled as a intentional strike, and if the referee rules this is going to be a stoppage, we're going to have a new champion. And we are going to have to see what happens. Oh, man. This is crazy. Right now, there's a pause in the action due to an illegal knee from Petr Yan. It was definitely a grounded opponent, and he kneed him right into the face. And we're going to have to see what the official is going to determine and see if this fight is called. If this fight is called, we're going to have a new champion due to a disqualification due to an illegal strike. If there wasn't a championship on the line, this fight would have already been waved off. Just saying. They need to call this fight off. Aljamain Sterling is clearly dazed. Yep, they're going to call the fight. And that is it. And it looks like Petr Yan is going to be disqualified. And we are going to have a new Bantamweight champion due to disqualification. This is crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Holy smokes. Oh man, what a crazy, crazy ending to the Bantamweight Championship. Oh man. Crazy. My goodness. Aljamain Sterling is hurt badly. Yep. This is going to be and the referee is we haven't seen what the result is, but it looks like that it might be disqualified. Ooh, and Aljamain Sterling is clearly wobbled. He's being basically held up by all right, and we are here for the official decision. Bruce Buffer has made it into the octagon, and we will see what happens. Mark Smith has called a stop, 4 minutes, 29 seconds, round number 4. Due to an intentional foul. The winner will be, due to disqualification, will be Ann New, UFC Bantamweight Champion of the World. Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling is the new Bantamweight Champion of the World due to a disqualification, and he is not happy. He wants that belt off of him. Yep, he wants that belt off of him. He just, yep. Belt's on the ground. He doesn't want it. Man, Aljamain Sterling is very upset right now. He did not want to win like that. All right, and the cards the official scorecards for let's see what's going to happen. Looks like Aljamain Sterling wants to do an interview, and we'll have to see what is going to be said by the newly crowned bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling. My goodness, that's the craziest thing that I've seen in a championship fight. Oh, Habib is saying that the corner asked Petr Yan asked his corner, should I kick? And his corner said yes. And it looks like he was behind by a point on 2 of the judges' scorecards, and he was ahead on another. And Joe Rogan is interviewing Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling, very emotional. He's upset because everything he worked for and having the fight go like that. He said that's not the way he wanted to win. That's not the way he envisioned it. And he said he was trying to continue, but he was in bad shape. And it would have been his ego taking over just to get it through, and it wouldn't have been good. He's throwing some foul language out there saying that it's not good. So apparently he got bad advice from his corner. Petr Yan did. I don't know if there was a miscommunication, but his corner said to kick him, and he kicked him, but it was clearly an illegal shot. And we're going to have to see what happens next for the Bantamweight Championship. And Aljamain Sterling looks like he's in rough shape. And Joe Rogan was being told to wrap it up because they want him to be looked by a doctor. Let's see. Oh, man. We are about to witness the UFC Featherweight and Bantamweight champion Amanda Nunes defend her title against Megan Anderson. The Aussie, 6 foot tall, a lot of tricks up her sleeve, and we're going to have to see if she can dethrone the Lioness, Amanda Nunes. It's going to be a great fight. And wow, what a crazy ending to the Bantamweight Championship. And we have the double champ, Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson, about to make their walk to the octagon. And Amanda Nunes holding knockout wins over Ronda Rousey, Chris Cyborg, Felicia Spencer, she dominated for 5 rounds. Germaine Durandamy dominated for 5 rounds. Nobody's been able to even come close to her. Choked out Miesha Tate, head kicked Holly Holm, and nobody can even come close to her. She's looking to make her legacy so big that nobody can touch it. And tonight is going to be a big night in the women's featherweight division because there's been talk that the featherweight division and the women's featherweight division, to be specific, is going to be gotten rid of. Because they can't find anybody to fight with Amanda Nunes, and so there's talks that they might get rid of the featherweight division, but we'll have to see what happens after this fight. Megan Anderson being bigger than Amanda Nunes, having a longer reach than Amanda Nunes, and we'll have to see. Excuse me. We'll have to see if that makes a difference against the greatest woman fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes, 20-4. Megan Anderson, 11-4. Looking to defend her flyweight championship. Amanda Nunes being 32. Megan Anderson being only a year younger at 31. Amanda Nunes, 5'7". Megan Anderson with a 4-inch reach advantage. A 4-inch height advantage. With being 6 foot tall. Both weighing in under or at the limit. And Megan Anderson with a 3-inch reach advantage over the champion Amanda Nunes. How's it going, everybody that's joined? How you doing? We are here for UFC 259, and we are about to get in to the second title fight of the night. Megan Anderson making her walk to the octagon now. And we are going to see if she can dethrone the census greatest women's fighter of all time, Amanda the Lioness Nunes. Megan Anderson making her way to the inspection zone. The legendary, amazing coach, amazing fighter, James Krause in her corner. And we will see if the Aussie can get it done against Amanda Nunes. How's everybody's night going? We're here for a monumental event. We still have left the light heavyweight championship of the world after this fight. This fight being the co-main event of this stacked UFC 259 card. And we are on a great roll. All right, Megan Anderson, the former Invicta Featherweight champion. 6th shortest average fight time among UFC fighters with 5 minutes 23 seconds. And she is the number one contender for Amanda Nunes's featherweight championship. The only contender, I believe, in the featherweight division. Megan Anderson closing as a 575 underdog, while Amanda Nunes closing at a minus 910 favorite. And when the odds first came out, it was way steeper than that. Money must have definitely came in on Megan Anderson. And now we are awaiting the greatest female fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes, the current women's bantamweight champion and current defending featherweight champion. Her being a new mother since her last fight. And normally it is noted that fighters, when they become a new parent, have an extra type of motivation. And we will see what that does to her. Amanda Nunes is nasty. But we'll have to see if this reach and height advantage for Megan Anderson does anything. And here comes the greatest women's the greatest women's fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes. She's coming in with an 11-fight win streak. And her last 8 wins have come into title fights. And tonight is her second defense of her featherweight belt. And we will see what this does. Amanda Nunes making statements this week in the press, in the media, that fighting at featherweight is way easier on the body, way easier weight cut. And so she said that this is more her true weight class. And so we will see what happens. But with the lack of women in the featherweight division of the UFC, it's been kind of tough to find competition for Amanda Nunes because she's so damn good. She just runs through all of her opponents, and so you can't just put anybody in there. And the only reason why Megan Anderson is in there right now is because she's the only featherweight on a win streak. And so, you know, is this just going to be another victim for Amanda Nunes? She's the current Bantamweight Featherweight champion. She has the longest win streak in UFC women's history with 11. And she is the current #1 female pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at all if she wouldn't be up in the top 5 of the top pound-for-pound fighters of all time, period. All right, Amanda Nunes makes her entrance into the octagon. And we are about to get set and get going in this women's featherweight title fight. The second defense of her featherweight title. And we will see if she can continue her run and her crazy streak that she's going on. Amanda Nunes is 1 year older. Amanda Nunes is 5'8", and Megan Anderson 6 foot tall. Megan Anderson a half-pound lighter on the scale, but with a 3-inch reach advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 5-round fight for the UFC Undisputed Featherweight Championship of the world. And the 3 judges at Octagon side are Mike Bell, David Hagen, and Chris Lee. And the referee in charge is going to be the great Jason Herzog. All right, fighting out of the blue corner with a professional record, 11 wins, 4 losses, 6 foot tall, weighing in at 144 and 1/2 pound. Fighting out of Missouri, Megan Anderson. All right. And now, introducing the champion. Fighting out of the red corner, a striker. 20 wins, 4 losses, 5'8" tall, weighing it at 145 pounds, perfect on the featherweight limit. Presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight champion of the world, Amanda Nunes. Oh, man. What a crazy fight this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. And they meet in the octagon. They meet in the center of the octagon, and they touch gloves, and they are ready to go. Oh, my goodness. Poor Megan Anderson. Oh, I'm so sorry. Poor Megan Anderson. This is not going to be good for her. We will see. Amanda Nunes is just too dominant. Here we go. Round 1. And we are going to get started. They meet in the center of the octagon at a very wide stance for Megan Anderson. Amanda Nunes is circling, looking like Megan Anderson is pressuring, putting the pressure up, making sure to stay very patient. Nice leg kick for Nunes. Megan Anderson with a very wide stance, looking to evade when Amanda Nunes comes in. Nunes doing her patented bouncing in and out, looking for that shot. Nice leg kick for Anderson, and nice leg kick for Anderson. And Nunes goes in for the takedown. A nice 1-2 down the pipe for Anderson, and it got Anderson. Sorry, nice pipe 1-2 down the pipe for Nunes, and it got Anderson's attention. Nice feints. What she needs to do is Megan Anderson needs to realize that she is in the, oh my God. Oh, and she stunned her. Big right from Nunes stuns Megan Anderson. And she's got her on wobbly legs already. This is not good. Ooh, no, big right hand for Amanda Nunes. She's got her pressed up against the side of the octagon. And now she's got her down to the ground. And hammer fisting. Oh my goodness. Amanda Nunes is just dominating Megan Anderson. The ref is going to stop this fight if if Amanda Nunes doesn't stop this fight herself. This is insane. Oh my goodness. If what Megan Anderson needs to do is she needs to tip off, but Amanda Nunes has Megan Anderson's back, but I think she's too high. But she has a triangle. She has an inverted triangle, and she's going to tap. Megan's going to tap. She's got to oh, yep. Amanda Nunes with a quick first round submission win. Holy crap. That was a was that even a fight? Was that even a fight? Like, she literally just got beaten down. The commentators are saying that was a non-event. Yep. The commentators are saying that, like, Amanda Nunes is levels above any of the other competition. This is absolutely insane. She throws a jab and then a right upper hand right on the temple, and it stuns her. You see her eyes go cross-eyed. And from the moment from the moment the fight started, she looked so afraid. And the great Daniel Cormier was just stating that from the get-go, Megan Anderson looked afraid, and Joe Rogan said, well, she should be. And my goodness. What a crazy triangle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Amanda Nunes would have just, oh my goodness. Should have just, that was an insane performance. That wasn't nobody even came, that wasn't even a close performance. That was the last 145-pound fight. Dana White did not look impressed. Megan Anderson looks very upset. 2 minutes and 3 seconds of the first round. Due to a submission to an armbar, and still the double champ. Oh my goodness. And she's got her beautiful little baby girl in the octagon with her. And Amanda Nunes just said she has all the respect for Megan Anderson. But that was a train wreck, ladies and gentlemen. That was a freight train on the loose, going down the tracks, no brakes, no means of stopping. And that was just insane. Who's going to be able to touch Amanda Nunes? I don't think anybody will be able to touch Amanda Nunes. That was too much of a dominant performance. Dana White is speaking. Dana White is on the headset with Joe Rogan. All right. Amanda Nunes, what a warpath that was. What a dominant performance. That wasn't even close. That wasn't even a fight. Like Daniel Cormier said, that was a non-event. That was a non-event. So what would be the next fight for Amanda Nunes? I mean, the only fight that has even been close in recent years has been Valentina Shevchenko. And I mean, is Valentina Shevchenko going to come up to 135 pounds to challenge Amanda Nunes for the Bantamweight Belt? I don't know. We'll have to see. And oh my God, one punch dazed Megan Anderson. Crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Megan Anderson was in trouble. As soon as it hit the ground, it was over. It was absolutely over. And Joe Rogan is with the winner, greatest female fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes. What a crazy performance. She said that was the plan on how exactly she would want to finish the fight. And Joe Rogan's asking Amanda Nunes who's out there to challenge her. Who? She says, I don't know who's next. There's no rankings, but I'm here. My goodness. Joe Rogan stating she's so far ahead of all the other women. What does she even want to do? She said, the more I get older, the more I get good. She's congratulating all of her coaches, Mike Brown, Conan Silveira. And she says that she wants to focus on her boxing. And she says now that she has the baby, now she's more dangerous. So she said nobody's going to stop her. Watch out. She says she's going to retire undefeated with the two belts at home. I'm guessing she means undefeated as a champion. Ever since she got the belt, she hasn't lost. An 11 fight win streak. Now she's on a 12 fight win streak. That's nuts. And what a crazy fight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break and we will be right back for the light heavyweight championship of the world. History could potentially be made if Isreal Adesanya is able to take out Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight championship. And we will be right back. All right. We are back, and we are about to make our way to the main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the light heavyweight championship of the world. And we are awaiting the walk of the current middleweight champion, the last style bender, Isreal Adesanya. All right. And the style bender is making his way to the octagon. And stylebender Adesanya has made his way to the inspection zone, and Adesanya is looking great. Ooh, and history could potentially about to be made. Sorry, not make. History is about to be made if stylebender Isreal Adesanya can pull off this victory. There's been 81 champions in the history of the UFC, and only 7 of them have ever fought and won titles in a different weight class. And there's only been 4 of them that have held championships at the same time. Amanda Nunes being one of them, we just saw in the last fight. And Stylebender looking to be the 5th person to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously, and looking to be the first person to hold a title in the middleweight division and a light heavyweight division simultaneously. But in the opposite corner is a Polish powerhouse that had just gained his belt, his light heavyweight belt, in his last fight against Dominic Reyes. And Isreal Adesanya has entered the octagon, and he is looking like he is in the groove. And if he can get this done tonight, this is going to be history. This is going to be history if he can get this done tonight. Ooh, and he is feeling his walkout music. And now we are awaiting the reigning defending light heavyweight champion, Yan Blachowicz. I like the graphics on the ring posts. They've got these fancy graphics on the ring posts. It looks like they've got flames on it. It looks like they have the round clock time on it, and that's pretty cool. And the Polish powerhouse is making his way to the octagon. And Blachowicz looks big. Man, ooh, I got goosebumps right now. Oh, he is definitely the bigger fighter. Adesanya, being the middleweight champion, he fights at 185 pounds when he weighs in. Yan Blachowicz weighs in at 205 pounds. Isreal Adesanya stepping on this scale weighed in at 201.5 pounds. So already on the scale, there was a 4.5 pound weight disadvantage going onto the scale. But now, going into the octagon, Jan Blachowicz, I would assume, weighs in the 220s. And, oh my goodness, this fight is going to be crazy. Jan Blachowicz is entering the octagon, and he is ready to get going. Oh, and it looks like he's gauging the distance from the center to the fence. He just took 6 steps in to gauge the center of the distance from the center of the octagon to the fence. Woo! I've been waiting for this fight ever since it was announced. Championship. Woo! Champion versus champion. Isreal Adesanya is 7 years younger, 2 inches taller, 4.5 pounds lighter, but he has a 2-inch reach advantage. And now we are set for the introduction for the main event. And we are here. All right, the legendary Herb Dean is the referee for this championship fight. And now, Adesanya looks ready to go. Oh, man. Woo-wee! Adesanya is such a technical striker. Adesanya is such a technical striker. He has the ability just to light Yan up like the Polish Christmas tree. Woo! It's time. 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, undefeated mixed martial artist holding a perfect professional record of 20 wins with no losses. He stands 6'4" tall and he weighs 201.5 pounds. Fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand. Presenting the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, the last stylebender. Isreal, the last stylebender, Adesanya. Adesanya looks locked in. This is the most locked in I've ever seen Adesanya. He is ready. I can tell he understands the seriousness of this. Jan Blachowicz, 27 wins, 8 losses, 6'2", 205 pounds, fighting out of Warsaw, Poland. The reigning, defending, undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Jan, the pride of Poland. Jan Blachowicz. All right. They are meeting in the center of the octagon for the rules and regulations. Protect yourself at all times. Follow his instructions. Touch gloves and let's do it. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. The last style bender, Isreal Adesanya, looking to make history, to be the 5th fighter in UFC history to become a simultaneous 2-division world champion. And we are ready for round 1. And no touch of the gloves, and we're ready to go. Adesanya says, no touch, let's go. And Adesanya with a leg kick. Adesanya with a nice leg kick. And he is locked in. Nice feints. Leg kick for Yan, and it misses. Ooh, Adesanya's feints are getting Yan to bite. And this is looking similar to the Paulo Costa fight. It looks like Yan Blachowicz is taking the center of the octagon, and Adesanya is, nice leg kick for Yan. Adesanya with a feint kick in it, and Yan is biting. Nice body shot for Yan. And for Isreal Adesanya, this is all about technique. Like it's all about feinting. It's all about him getting his opponent to bite on feint so he can trick his opponent to being he's a very smooth counter striker. And Adesanya is feinting and getting Yan to bite on all of his feints. And Yan just blitzed Blachowicz and was very close at getting Adesanya, and Adesanya was just barely able to get out of the way. But Blachowicz is fast. And Adesanya has a very good respect for Blachowicz's awkward style of striking, and he's keeping the distance and able to pick him apart. And Adesanya lands a nice body kick, but Yan is looking like he's able to counter Adesanya's kicks with a straight left jab that's almost connected on Adesanya. Nice leg kick for Yan, and they're in like a feel out process right now. And a question mark kick attempt for Adesanya, and a nice left hook for Yan that misses. And a head kick barely blocked for Adesanya. Isreal Adesanya being very patient, already leading with his head. Nice body shot for Yan that moved Adesanya back. But Adesanya is feigning and having Yan back up, and Yan came in with a nice left hook, nice counter left hook that just barely missed Adesanya's face. But a nice left high kick that grazed Adesanya's chin. But Yan Blachowicz is definitely understanding of Adesanya's technical ability to shut him down. Nice leg kick for Yan, nice leg kick to follow up for Adesanya, and a nice straight left down the center to the chest for Adesanya. Nice kick blocked by Adesanya. And Adesanya is being very slow and methodical and chopping the street. It looks like Adesanya is trying to pick this pace up a tad bit. Nice body kick for Blachowicz and a switch of the stance for Adesanya. Adesanya rushing in. Leg kick for Yan and a nice right hook over the guard. Barely connecting on Yan. Nice push kick for Yan. Adesanya with a nice body shot. And Adesanya looks like he's trying to set up a kick. Yan looking to try to blitz in, but Adesanya able to slip out of the way. And Yan looks very nervous. Nice teep kick up the middle. And nice left hook, just barely connecting for Blachowicz. 50 seconds left in the first round. Nice straight left. Adesanya's getting touched, though, by Blachowicz, but he's biting on all of Adesanya's feints. Nice body kick for Blachowicz. Adesanya, nice leg kick. Adesanya barely able to get out of the way of a left hook after he connected. And Adesanya playing with the hands and just barely mixed with a question mark kick and then with a leg kick and then gets out of the way of a nice 1-2 coming down the pipe from Yan. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. 10 seconds left in the first round. And Yan kind of looks nervous in there. Kind of looks like he's getting kind of frustrated. Nice kick up the middle. And we come to the end of round number 1. And Yan looks very just I don't know if he seems disheveled or what, but he looks very patient. Eugene Behrman, Adesanya's head coach in the corner, telling him nice work. Now, the team at City Kickboxing is very smart about their approach. Adesanya is asking, should I draw something out? And his coach couldn't quite hear what he was saying, but his coach was telling him, no, let's do this. And Adesanya says, okay, sounds good. All right. And we are at the start of round 2. All right. We are going to see if, let's go, round 2. Jan Blachowicz starting to try to feint more, trying to be a little bit faster with his movement, but Adesanya coming in with the feint. And Blachowicz is just biting on every feint that Adesanya throws. And he's getting frustrated, and he's looking like he's looking to try to blitz in, but it looks like he doesn't want to do that because Isreal Adesanya is such a technical counter striker, and a nice stiff jab for Yan. Nice leg kick for Adesanya, but he checked that kick. Nice body kick for Adesanya. Nice question mark kick attempt for Adesanya, and he attempted with a spinning attack, and he had Yan that backed up against the fence. Ooh, Blachowicz is starting to open up. A nice 1-2 plus a body kick, the same combination he was hitting Dominic Reyes was every time. Ooh, Adesanya's starting to get hit. That jab is starting to connect to Adesanya. Adesanya needs to make some adjustments because he's starting to get tagged, and he cannot continue to get tagged by this big Polish powerhouse. But Blachowicz is still biting on all of his feints. Nice shot to the body for Blachowicz. And Adesanya moving in with a right hook, followed by a missed question mark kick and a teep to the front teep kick to the leg. And now Adesanya had Blachowicz backed up against the fence, but Blachowicz pushed him out to the center of the octagon to gain some space. And now Adesanya's pressuring Blachowicz back to the cage. Nice jab from Adesanya. Nice left hook, and it misses from Blachowicz. Nice leg kick for Blachowicz. Nice body punch for Blachowicz. Ooh, and Blachowicz and Adesanya throws a head kick and trips and misses. And now Blachowicz had a small flurry and pressed Adesanya up against the cage, but then backed up. I don't know if I don't know why Blachowicz, if he wants to win this fight, he can't give up, because Adesanya, once Adesanya resets, he can. Oh, what a connection! Oh, and Blachowicz gets Adesanya down. He throws him to the floor, but Adesanya is able to scramble and get back to his feet. Looked like he tried to give a front headlock. Nice side kick to the leg for Adesanya. Eye poke warning. Eye poke warning from Herb Dean. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. And Yan tries to pressure in. Nice leg kick from Adesanya, just stopping Yan in his tracks, kind of. And Yan is very much still biting on everything. Nice body kick for Blachowicz. And Adesanya switching positions. Nice body kick for Adesanya, pressing Yan back up against the cage. Nice right hook for Blachowicz, and a straight left from Adesanya, followed by a straight left back from Blachowicz. And a heavy nut shot. Heavy groin kick for Adesanya onto Blachowicz. That hit right on the cup. Yep. It was the toes grazed right across the front of the cup. All right. And everything's back to good. We got 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the second round. And we got Stylebender still sticking and moving. having Yan biting on all of his feints. Nice straight hand for Adesanya. Ooh, and Stylebender got clipped with a right hand there. He got clipped with a right hand hard there. Ooh, nice flying knee attempt for Blachowicz. 50 seconds left in the first round. Nice straight down the pipe for Adesanya. And Adesanya just barely gets out of the way for those strikes. Blachowicz has 6 more head strikes than Adesanya. He has 8 more body strikes, but is lacking by 4 on the leg strikes. Right now, Blachowicz is ahead on the strikes, but Adesanya is picking his apart, and Adesanya is kicking the crap out of Blachowicz's leg. Ooh, and a nice left hook from Adesanya. Or sorry, a nice left hook from Blachowicz. 10 seconds left in the second round. Nice leg kick from Blachowicz. All right, and we are at the end of the second round. Whoo, my goodness. This is a crazy fight. This is nuts. And we are at the end of round 2. And I am this third round is going to be very interesting because Adesanya took some clean shots in that second round. All right, round 3, here we go. Good feinting from Adesanya right out of the gate, and a nice body shot for Blachowicz. Nice body kick for Blachowicz. Ooh, nice 1-2 for Blachowicz. Adesanya with a nice jab. Ooh, nice left hook from Adesanya. Or sorry, nice left hook from Blachowicz. Landed on the chin of Adesanya. He's touching him. Ooh, he's got the fury. Now he's got Adesanya taken down. He hit Adesanya with 2 mean hooks. And now he has the back of Adesanya. And he's got Adesanya in a choke, and he hit him with a knee on the exit. And a nice left hook going out, but Adesanya lands with a left hook. But Adesanya is starting to speed up. Adesanya, ooh, kick from Adesanya, and Adesanya is starting to pick up the pace. Nice jab for Adesanya. Adesanya had hit Yan just a couple seconds ago with a nice counter shot that stung Blachowicz. I barely missed it. Ooh, nice 1-2 from Adesanya to the body. 1-2 and a miss from Blachowicz. And Adesanya is really starting to pick up the pace. Nice body kick for Adesanya. 1-2 for Adesanya. Now they clinch, and Blachowicz has Adesanya pressed up against the octagon. Adesanya posting out to try to gain some space. And little rabbit punches from Adesanya in the clinch. And Yan, I don't know if he might be taking a break or trying to wear down on Adesanya, but Adesanya doing these little rabbit punches in the clinch. And nice left hand from Adesanya. Nice knee up the middle for Adesanya. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. Ooh, left straight jab for Blachowicz that connects on the thing. Right hook, barely missing for Adesanya. Blachowicz is getting tired. What a great fight this is, guys. Oh my goodness. Looks like Jan's starting to get tired, but Jan's looking for that big left kick. Oh, there it is. There it is. Couple jabs, and then he threw a left kick that Adesanya was able to get out of the way. Nice double jab for Adesanya with a right hook followed up. Nice double jab that brought Adesanya back. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. Question mark kick that missed, and then a nice jab right hook for Adesanya that stung Blachowicz. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. Ooh, nice body kick for Blachowicz. Just looks like a glanced off, kind of partly missed. Blachowicz with a nice jab for Adesanya. Another nice jab for Blachowicz. That was kind of like a double jab. They both landed a jab each at the same time. Ooh, nice left hook for Blachowicz. Man, Adesanya is getting touched. This is probably the most, other than the Kelvin Gastelum fight, this is the most that I've seen Adesanya touched in a long time. Nice kick attempt for Adesanya that Blachowicz grabbed the leg and pushed it back. 45 seconds left in round number 3. Nice clinch for Blachowicz. Blachowicz has Adesanya pressed up against the octagon. And Blachowicz has over-unders right now. And it looks like he just almost glanced him with a low blow. And they break the clinch. And so far, what a great fight it's been. What a crazy close fight this has been so far. A nice straight right for Blachowicz, straight left for Adesanya that connects, and a right hook for Blachowicz. Nice left hand for Blachowicz. And we are at the end of round number 3. What a crazy fight this has been so far. Wow. What a great fight this has been. Yep. Adesanya's coach is telling him that this is where you need to take over. He's getting tired. And man, everything that his coach is telling, his coach is like, okay, do this. Okay. Wow. I did not expect this to be what. Oh man, that was a crazy left hand that stung him. I did not expect this to be such a great fight. All right, we are at the start of round number 4. Nice right hand for Adesanya. Ooh, and Blachowicz goes in for the takedown and has Adesanya pressed up against the clinch, but now he's actually going in for the takedown. It is definitely not less of a clinch position and more of a trying to go for the takedown. And Adesanya needs, and the clinch breaks. And a nice left hand for Adesanya as they break the clinch. Ooh. 1-2 for Adesanya. He just ate a big right hand and it backed up Adesanya momentarily. And a nice jab for Blachowicz. What a great fight this is. How's it going, everybody that's joined? How's your night going? Ooh, nice left hook for Blachowicz. What a great fight this is. This is such a great technical fight. Ooh, nice leg kick for Adesanya, followed up by a nice body kick for Blachowicz. Nice jab for Adesanya. And now that they get into the octagon and they're like moving around, I mean, Blachowicz doesn't really look that much bigger than Adesanya, and a nice 1-2 for Blachowicz. Nice double hook. Ooh, nice right hook for Adesanya. And a nice combo for Adesanya. Left hook, right hook for Adesanya. And now Blachowicz with a takedown. And now Blachowicz has Adesanya on his back. And now Blachowicz just passed the half guard. Now it's going to be what's going to happen to Adesanya. He has 3 minutes left. Blachowicz has 3 minutes left in the 4th round, and he is on top of Adesanya. He has half guard, and it's a big heavy dude that's on Adesanya. This is not what Adesanya wants. This is very bad for Adesanya because this could completely change the complexion of the fight. If he can maintain top position, this is huge for Blachowicz because this is not where Adesanya's wheelhouse is. Adesanya, yes, he does train on the ground, but I mean, his wheelhouse is striking and kickboxing. But now Blachowicz is just pressuring Adesanya, just leaning on Adesanya, has him in half guard. But Adesanya is doing good so far at defending it and just holding on to Blachowicz and looking for a good position to get up. But Blachowicz is trying to kind of do ground and pound. But right now Blachowicz is staying in half guard, which is allowing him to control Adesanya more than if he were to be in guard or into even full mount. Wow. This is crazy. We've never really seen Adesanya on his back like this. This is crazy. And what a crazy, he's going into side control now. What is he doing? Adesanya's trying to buck him off. But now Blachowicz is in side control. And so I don't know if he's trying to go to work the body or if he's trying to go for a submission. But now, oh, wow, that was a nice stiff hook on the ground for Blachowicz. But now Blachowicz works back into half guard. They got 30 seconds left of the 4th round. And this is a big round for Blachowicz because he has like 3 minutes and 30 seconds of ground control time for Blachowicz in this 4th round. And so basically it was a minute and a half of back and forth competition and a nice elbow for Blachowicz. But it was a minute and a half of back and forth competition until Blachowicz was able to gain the takedown. 5 seconds left in the 4th round. All right. And as we go into this 5th round, it could very well be 2-2. Because, in my opinion, Adesanya had rounds 1 and 3. Blachowicz, obviously, with this last round. And I would say Blachowicz probably took round number 2. Wow. My goodness. What a great fight between Isreal Adesanya and Yan Blachowicz. Now, this is very similar. This is very similar to the Kelvin Gastelum fight. Now, it could have been 2-2 going into the 5th round of the Kelvin Gastelum fight, and Adesanya rose to the occasion and was able to get that win. And let's see if he can do that here. But Blachowicz just hit him with a nice leg kick followed by a stiff jab. Nice jab for Blachowicz. And Adesanya's looking for that for him to work his way in so he can counter strike. Ooh, what a great front kick up the center for Blachowicz, and a nice leg kick for Adesanya. Nice jab for Blachowicz. What a fight. Nice leg kick for Adesanya. Jab for Adesanya followed by a right hook, but a jab got in for Blachowicz. Ooh, nice jab for Adesanya. Ooh, nice jab for Blachowicz. And Adesanya's looking to try to pick up this pace here. Try to get Yan to come in and catch him slipping. Looks like Yan's hurt a bit. I don't know if his legs hurt or what. But he's breathing very heavy. And his hands are sitting low. Ooh, nice right hook for Adesanya. Ooh. Adesanya is slipping. He is slipping and whipping here. Oh my goodness gracious. That grappling must have taken a lot out of Blachowicz, because Blachowicz looks so tired. His hands are going low. Doesn't look like he wants to hold his hands up. He's going to get knocked out if he keeps his hands down this low, because Adesanya's too slick. He's going to get kicked in the head. There it is. And he just barely blocked that kick to the head. Nice 1-2 down the pipe for Adesanya. Ooh, and he just barely blocked. Nice body kick for Blachowicz. Jumping, spinning back kick to the body for Adesanya. I'm sorry. Nice 1-2. Nice stiff right jab for Adesanya. Isreal Adesanya's hands are down, and he's being super playful. He's really trying to catch him coming into something. Ooh, and another takedown for Blachowicz. This is not good for Adesanya. Ooh, ground and pound for Blachowicz. And Adesanya's looks like he's trying to set up a submission here. And looks like Isreal Adesanya might be looking to try to go for a triangle. He's pressing on the hips. Looks like he's pressing on the hips, looking to move up to try to get a triangle. Yep. Adesanya cannot stay here and just lay down. He has to work to try to scramble to get up, or he has to try to get, but he just lost position to be able to get a triangle now, because Blachowicz just moved to half guard position. And now from half guard position, Blachowicz will be able to control Adesanya better. And so Adesanya needs to get up. There's 1 minute and 22 seconds left in this round, and this is going to be a very close fight if it goes to the judges. And if Yan Blachowicz just continues to lay on top of Adesanya like this, he needs to he could potentially win this round and potentially keep his belt and give Adesanya his first loss on his MMA record. Adesanya trying to make a different position, but this takedown. But now he's got 33 seconds left, and he needs to make a different position, because if not, he's might not win this round, because Blachowicz has just been controlling him down onto the ground. 15 seconds left in this fifth and final round of this light heavyweight title fight. 7 seconds left. And we got hard hammer fists from Blachowicz trying to finish this fight. What a fight. And so unless Isreal Adesanya won the first 3 rounds, Unless Isreal Adesanya won the first 3 rounds, then we will have and still. Wow. Wow. And we were waiting for the judges' position, but what a great fight. But Blachowicz, I believe he did enough to keep his belt, but what a great fight for Adesanya. And we will see let's see what the outcome is. Will we see the 5th simultaneous UFC champion? Or will we see Isreal Adesanya be handed his first loss by Yan Blachowicz? Oh, man. What respect these two fighters have. What a fight this was. So if Jan Blachowicz, Adesanya has had to have won the first 3 rounds to win this fight. But with those takedowns, I don't think Adesanya did enough to take the belt off of Jan. That was a great fight. After 5 rounds, we go to the judges. The judges score the contest 49-46, 49-45, and 49-45. And still undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jan Blachowicz. And Isreal Adesanya has been handed his first loss in the UFC. And wow. What a first defense. So it's 49-46, 49-45. I would like to see the judges' scorecards. Wow. My goodness. What a great performance by Jan Blachowicz. And still, we're gonna stick around and we're gonna check out and see what they have to say in the post fight interview before we take off here. My goodness. So what does this do for Adesanya now? So now Glover Teixeira looks like it was going to be the clear challenger for the light heavyweight title. Joe Rogan is there with Isreal Adesanya. My goodness. Joe Rogan asked him if he had questioned his decision of not putting on any extra weight going up. Adesanya said that the size did play a factor, but the technique could have been a little bit better. Adesanya said that he will be back to light heavyweight, but as of right now, he is going back to 185 to rule his division with an iron black fist. Back to the drawing board, and he said back to 185. My goodness, what a great fight that was. And now we are waiting to hear Joe Rogan speak to and still the light heavyweight champion. Joe Rogan is asking him what, if anything, was different than you thought it would be. Blachowicz said that he was expecting Adesanya to be faster but not hit as hard. But he said Adesanya wasn't as fast as he thought, but he hit a lot harder than he thought he would. He said he knew if he took him down, he's bigger and stronger a little bit, so he said that it might be a little bit better. Said he had to wait for a good moment to take him down. He's asking what was the game plan coming in here, and what, if anything, changed? Said I wish I would have put more jabs out. He said, but you know what? The game plan's one thing. The fight's a different thing. My goodness. So Blachowicz just said he would like to fight Glover next. He said he wants to rest, wait, spend some time with his family, and he said that he'll be back. Wow, he said that I thought he used to fight at middleweight. But apparently it was all at light heavyweight. All right. And still, the light heavyweight champion of the world, Yan Blachowicz. And Isreal Adesanya was handed his first loss in the UFC. What does this mean? We will have to see what happens once contenders are put into play. We'll have to see what happens on Monday. We'll have to see what happens once they start making more fights. And it was great. What a great night of fights, ladies and gentlemen. And we saw one title change hands by disqualification. Amanda Nunes retaining her title in quick fashion. And then a nice, long, great fight in the light heavyweight division to close out the night. Thanks for hanging out, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Hanson. Thanks for checking out David Hanson's MMA show. And we will be back with more content very soon. Have a good night.